The real estate market's changing a little bit, and it's good news for you buyers because home inspections are back. I'm Rachel Beasley with That Fit Team, and I want to kind of break down and talk with you about what to expect at a home inspection. You have a contract on a home, you're moving forward, your real estate agent, which hopefully is me, has scheduled your home inspection, and now it's time to go to the home that you're purchasing, meet the home inspector, and allow him to do that inspection. So what should you expect? How should you be prepared for this meeting? So one, typically when you pull up, everyone's there and you do some introductions like, hi, I'm Rachel, I'm representing the buyer. Here's my buyer, Mr. Smith, Mr. Home Inspector. He's gonna here's an introduction, and everybody kind of gets to meet each other and talk a little bit. The home inspector will start out the inspection by asking you, the buyer, is there anything that you noticed while you were walking through the home that's important to you that you'd like to point out to me for me to pay special attention to? And it's a great opportunity for you as the buyer to maybe share a concern you might have. Hey, I saw the settlement crack over here. Can you pay special attention to that? Let me know what you think. Is this a problem or is this just normal settling? Or maybe there's a water stain on the ceiling somewhere and it might not be wet, but has it been fixed? Do I need to be worried about this water stain? Is it old or is it an ongoing problem? Those are the types of things that you're going to want to ask the inspector ahead of time for him to pay special attention to. And then step two, let them go to work. Let them do their thing. The last thing you want is to have a home inspector who's distracted and not paying full attention and focusing on his duties as an inspector. So he is going to walk through every part of that home. Typically, they start on the exterior and they do the roof and they look at the windows and they look at all of the cracks and seals, and they're going to look at the exterior of the foundation. Most of the time, those guys will get there a little bit early and get that done and out of the way. And so they move inside next. They are going to walk through every single room. They're going to check all of the plumbing. They're going to go under the sinks, make sure there aren't any leaks. They're going to check and make sure the stoppers are working, the toilets aren't loose. Then they're going to move on to, let's say, the kitchen, and they're going to check the appliances in the kitchen, make sure everything's working properly. They even are going to check the drawers and the cabinet doors to make sure they open and close properly as well. Just those little small things that we don't always think about or don't always open up every single cabinet door. It's something that you would want to be able to catch if you can. They're going to move on to all of the mechanicals and systems of the home. Beyond going and checking all the lighting fixtures and making sure those work, they're going to check all of the outlets in the home as well to make sure that they're working properly. And then they're going to also look at the electrical panel. Typically, they take the electrical panel cover off so they can inspect the actual panel, what's inside, the wiring, and make sure everything was wired properly as well, because that's very important. And then moving on to mechanical systems like the hot water heater, the HVAC system, heating and cooling. A lot of the time, if you have a good home inspector, they'll actually have one of those infrared thermometers so they can see what the temperature of the air is coming out of the registers when they check the heat and the air conditioning. Again, all things that they're going to make notes on and report to you and tell you how things are working either properly or if they need some maintenance and repairs. Once they're done inside of the home, they're going to crawl up into the attic if they can, or I should say climb up into the attic and check the rafters, check the roof. They're looking for leaks. They're looking at the insulation. They're looking for critters or rodents, looking for any structural things that may need attention. So once they're done with the attic, the last thing that they do is crawl underneath the house if it's on a crawl space. So they crawl underneath the house, and underneath the home, they're looking again for some structural issues, that insulation. They're looking for moisture issues, or again, signs of rodents or things that you're not going to want underneath the house.